So we'll go on to the East Conference, the St Magnus
We're
division.
over it now, so this is us back to Division 1 and the top guys.
So we've got the Glasgow Eagles now 4-1. They've got 266.11 against the EK Colts 195.30. They're now 2-3. Leicester Tigers 0-5, 147.89 against Alaskan Deep Freeze 186.58. They're now 3-2. The Whitford Rockstars, Jack got 3-2, 208.93 against the Leeds Lassos, who were 4-0 but now 4-1, 150.8. The Roaring Warriors 1-4, 201.35 against the Seattle Patriots, 213.31. Manchester Bees now 3-2, 216.92 against the Yancock Citizens, 2-3, 179.79. Then you've got the defending champion going on their second win in a row, I think. Is it the 250.57 against the 204.19? Remember, I think we wanted them to win because they've now lost the first game as well. So there's no team unbeaten, but we do have one team winless. So it was a nice win for the defending champs.
There's only been one 5-0 team so far, Johnny. One 5-0 team in all of these divisions that we've looked at so far. So it just goes to show how competitive it is. And then nice to see, the everyone tasting, most people tasting defeat, this early in the season. It gets all the monkeys off the backs as well. You go 5-0, you go 6-0, you go 7-0, you start thinking about a perfect season. You just don't need that shit. Do you know what I mean? You just don't.
No.
So
we'll have a look at the defending champs. Obviously, you had Lamar Jackson and Derek Henry. There's loads of points on that one. Tyreek Hill got 15. Obviously, losing Pittman's got a sore one. DJ Moore, Ramondre Stevenson, the backup, did pretty well.
Jacoby I've missed this about Pittman. Is Pittman out?
Yeah, he's going to be out for a couple of weeks. He's done his back in. So I think it's maybe 2 to 3 weeks.
People are getting a wee bit excited about Downs. I couldn't understand all the excitement about Josh Downs, man. But
even before Pittman was out, Downs was getting a lot of targets. But there's a lot of people now grabbing Alec Pierce. Now that Pittman's out.
Richardson's going to be the quarterback this week, though.
No,
Big difference.
Maybe.
But yeah, great win.
Yeah.
Great win here for the defending champions, and 2 in a row now, 2-3. The defense is officially the defense is officially begun.
Yeah,
and we're scoring that amount of points. It's going to take good teams to knock them off as the season goes on. And of course their Carlton crew 204 points and losing. What do you say? Shit happens. You're 4-1. You're scoring over 200 points in the only game you lost. Nothing to worry about whatsoever.
And there was the other previously unbeaten team, Leeds Lassos, losing to Jack the Whitford Rockstars.
Yeah, they got a whipping this week though, the Leeds Lassos. So what happened here? They all went Pete Tong for 150 points.
Lost A-Chain, Harrison did nothing, Hall did nothing, Samuel did nothing, Thomas scored, Primus did not mad. Chuba Hubbard scored most of his points. McPherson did nothing. Obviously, he's missing Richards, so he had to play Watson.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for Richardson's going to score okay in fantasy, but just because his legs and stuff, he's going to score okay. It doesn't mean he's going to be a good quarterback. But that's harsh to have Hall, Harrison, and A-Chain in your team and not one of them to score 10 points is
bad.
Not what you're expecting from those guys. So
I think Hall did get 10 points. There you go.
No, just 10 exactly. So you get 20 points between the three of them. That is not what you're looking for, your first 3 draft picks. But they've been obviously scoring fine because he's sitting at 4-1, and you kind of write this week off and move on. When you've got 4 wins in the bag, you can afford to have a bad week. That's the other thing about it as well. It's not just about scoring the points. I mean, he scored crap points there. It's been a crap week, but you just write it off as a crap week and move on.
Definitely. So the Glasgow Eagles are sitting atop with the highest scoring team. Obviously, Danny has scored nice scoring points. I think they're the second highest scoring team in the division. So sitting at 2 and 3, but at least your team's scoring, so that's always good. Sitting in 7th, 2 points. Seattle Seattle Patriots went up 3 spots with their win. And the biggest fall was the Ancoats Citizens, who went from, they fell down 4 spots to 9th. So,
When you're scoring points, the wins will follow. You know, it's when you're not scoring points that's, even if I'm winning games, but I know that I'm not scoring very well, and I'm sitting in second place at 4-1, but I'm like the 8th out of 12 top scorer. I'm still worried about that season. I'm still not comfortable there. It's still a long way. A long
yeah.
way to go.
So week 6, we've got the Glasgow Eagles up against the Alaskan Deep Freeze. So 4-1 against 3-2. EK Colts against the Whitford Rockscars, so 2-3 against 3-2. Leicester Tigers 0-5 going up against the Seattle Patriots, who are 2-3, who are obviously flying high a bit. Manchester Bees 3-2 up against the 4-1 Leeds Lasso, so hopefully it could be that could be a good game, that one. Yeah, you've got the Dublin Everton Blues, who are flying a bit up against the Rockland Warriors 1-4. Then you've got the Ancoats Citizens hoping to bounce back and jump up again after playing the Carlton Crew. So
Carlton Crew are looking to bounce back as well after their first loss of the
yeah,
season, but Leeds Lassos as well looking to bounce back from that first loss. But I mean, the big one is Leicester Tigers. They need to get off the mark now at 0-5. They're at 0-5, you're starting to lose touch, with the playoff spots. And I would say it's a massive week for Leicester Tigers to get off the mark and just get their season going.
well, they'd be hoping Taylor's back, but then he didn't get, he's got Goodson. He didn't manage to get Sermon, so he's got Goodson.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
no good. You don't want Goodson. Even with no JT, Goodson's no good. So I can see him be that experiment didn't work. That
no.
At least he's
He's got
coming running
both
up
Jacksonville
against
running
Bigsby
backs.
and Etienne.
Yeah,
And if
that's a
I'm
bit.
they're in London too for Seattle Patriots game, aren't they? The Jaguars there in
Yeah.
London this week, so he's got a big interest at 2:30 on Sunday afternoon. That's for sure.
Well, I'm probably more
I'm
like
not
8
sure I'd
o'clock in the
start
morning
both
for
of them.
him, if not 6 in the morning.
Of course,
It's in
yeah,
Seattle,
Seattle.
so
Of
yeah.
course, yeah, of course.
And
So it'll be stupid hour
both
in the
times.
morning. And I like the fact that
Yeah.
he's got them both in the running back slot. That tells me that Seattle Patriots have already done their team for this week because they've got their
Yeah.
early games in the running back slots, not the flex spots. Now, always leave your later players in the flex spots and your early players in the lock spots, because they want it gives you more freedom to move them about
Although
if needs be, if someone picks up a late
when it
injury
comes
or
to this,
something.
you're not going to drop Barkley. You're not going to drop Montgomery. So
No, but
I
Bartley
think
could pull his hammy in the warm up.
yeah. But then so could
You
they, and it's like
still give yourself the
6 in the
option,
morning.
Johnny.
So
Still give
yeah,
still give yourself the option.
yeah. Well, that's true, but I don't know. I think his team basically picks itself anyway. But yeah, I think the Alaskan Great Freeze against Glasgow Eagles would be a good one as well.
Yeah, it's a big game for Alaska Deep Freeze in the sense that 3-2, if you're playing a 2-3 or a 1-4, you think, yeah, I can afford to lose this one. But when you're playing a 4-1, it's the difference between being the same as them and being two behind. So it becomes a big game at that point, just because you're playing a 4-1 team and it's one that you'd like to knock off.
Plus, you've got the champions breathing down your neck, one spot behind you, but scoring quite a lot more than you. So it's a bit of a look back in your shoulders.
Yeah,
Should be
what
some good
Norton
games there. So
Warriors could do with the win and just slowing them down a little bit.
yeah, yeah, because Whatnot, they were a good scoring team last year, but just not seem to be hitting the mark so far. But
Well, they all would have been,
we'll see.
Johnny. It's Division 1, so they all done well in this division last year.